Hello everyone and welcome to today's PhotoBiz Live where we'll be doing website reviews. So if you want to have your website review today, please leave it in the comment section. We already have 3 lined up, so you'll be added on if we have time at the end of the day. Otherwise, you can always sign up in the form in the description area. Give people some time to get settled and then we'll get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. If you want to keep up with all our latest features and updates, go to blog.photobiz.com. You can go there. You can see what's new as we look at what's come out this last month. So let's take a look. There we go. We can see all the updates that have released in January. So the website builder had 4 new templates released that you can take advantage of right now. Those are out, and you can see that we have Imogen, Betty, Vera, and Marjorie are available. You can take advantage of those right now. And email marketing in PhotoBiz AI, brand new side panels to make it a lot more in line with the rest of the website builder. You now also have PhotoBiz AI that can help you with writing content for your emails. So that's awesome. So you have that available right away. And website builder, new animations for products and services are now available. So you will now see button hover animations for products. For services, you'll see button hover animations for that as well. Website Builder also has new size options for pop-ups. So marketing, you'll see now that the options are, you have small, which is what it's always been, but now you have options of medium, large, extra large, and full screen options. And I think one of the websites today that we're going to look at actually enabled the full screen one. So that's really awesome. Plus, right now we have some pro services discounts that are running till February 4th. Take 50% off all PhotoBiz pro services. You want to take advantage of this right away. That'll be for anything when it comes to building your website, writing copy, optimizing your website for you, any of our services that we have available. If you want to take advantage of that now, especially as we arrive going towards spring, Might want to think about refreshing your website. Take advantage of the services that we have now at a 50% discount. Okay, so let's jump in and take a look at our first website, West Texas Leather. You can see they're utilizing the full screen pop-up, which is pretty cool. So you can get everything directly on here, and it's nice because it kind of takes over the whole page. So I really like that. Nice use of implementing the new features. But let's jump into the website itself. So immediately when we arrive, there's a lot of like testimonial options and stuff like that. I would like these to be written versus images. I think this would just be better for SEO purposes right away. Also, it feels very limited on the homepage. I want to come to the homepage and I want to see rotating banner of different types of purses and accessories. I want a really big splashy image, just kind of like how we had with the pop-up. It should be something that really engages customers when they arrive. So that's something I definitely recommend doing if you're able to do that. Let's add some splash to that. Since you have relatively not much information here, you can also make this text a little bit bigger. I would probably increase it by maybe 10 or 20% just to make that a little bit more attractive to this page. Otherwise, everything feels very small, and then you have a very large bottom section, which is mostly images. I definitely would try to revise this with like a list item or even our FAQ blocks to make these actually handwritten. That way, for SEO purposes, they would come out really nice. But for the homepage, I definitely recommend just enhancing this with some big bold banners versus a very small image. I think that could really, really make this section stand out. All right, let's jump over to the About Us. Now, the About Us, you don't even need a drop down for that. You can just make it go straight to you if you wanted to. So we have Jennifer Weaver, owner and designer. Great bit of information, small enough, not a lot, which is good because if this went on too long, I might even recommend text wrapping here, but you don't need to. What else would I recommend? I would add like a call to action for people to talk to you or go look at the collection, or even, you know, have a secondary menu here that kind of drives them to shop by collection or by color or something like that below, just to make this page a little bit more action oriented. You don't want to have any dead ends on any pages, so I think that would go a long way for you. All right, let's take a look at the collections. So the type of style that you're using really makes this section feel very empty. I definitely would change and modify the layout, especially I would just probably have it where the image and then the words are below it versus all this space on the side. Now, when we come to here, this is what I'm talking about. I wanted to kind of represent this way. And of course, for these, you can either stay on the package itself, on the leather bags. I would adjust maybe the focal points a little bit on some of them because they got some odd cropping. You know, if the bag is the star, let's make sure that the bag is seen. So you can modify those, go to each individual one, and then just change this. Like this is perfect. This one looks really good. This one could come down a little bit so we can see it a little bit more. This one could come down a little bit more. This one could come down a little bit more. This one could come down a little bit more. Even this, because seeing the full bag would probably be better. And just kind of modify all those focal points when possible. When we dive into the actual product itself, this looks really good. We've got some great bit of information. Got different styles that they can choose from. That looks really good. Very nice. Bit of information here that they can dial in. That looks really nice. So you got this set up really well. I think that section is really good. I just think the overall experience to get to it could be a little bit more desirable. Just, you know, I want to see, you know, something splashier. Right now it feels a little empty, and we don't want that. We want to make the experience feel like, oh my God, you know, awesome when they arrive. Even if it's just a close-up of the bag itself or a texture or something like that. Look at some of the bigger, you know, I always look at, like, when I'm, you know, say if I am a bag company, I look at what other bag companies are doing and kind of see what they're doing stylistic wise to make something like, you know, pop out. So like I look at Nike a lot because they do a lot of stuff with shoes, but they have a lot of great product photos. So something just to kind of familiarize yourself with. Let's take a look at this one. It looks good. Even with like some of these product photos, like I like how you have these shots, but you can probably find a way to even remove this section, like with the thing holding it. if it was somehow where it wouldn't, where it wouldn't ruin seeing the handle, think of other ways that you might be able to do that. That would be really cool, just to make the product stick out a little bit more, and then you could have that nice polish and run that throughout the website. So just think about some options that you could have. Let's see, see, this shot looks really good, but we don't even need the metal piece right here, right? So it might even look good with the folded over. Something like this. This is attractive. Like, you could use this throughout your website as like close-ups. Like, click here to see the collection, things like that. Let's check this one. Good thing you're telling people if items are sold out or not, so that looks good. Nice little totes and things like that. Got great bit of information. I would probably put the name of the product there again. If it's called the Diana, I would want this to also say something about that here, like just the product name. But yeah, I definitely think this page could use a little bit more splashiness just to make this page feel more, inviting. Now let's shop by color. Now this is a little bit more interesting because it's like rollover to what you're looking for. I still think you might be able to do this a little bit differently. Maybe if all items were square and then they rolled over to which one they wanted, then they select it, and then they can see all the items that are green. See, that's cool. Like when it gets to this works. I want to kind of match that style here. Should have a consistency throughout. So just think about that when you're putting that together, how you can make this look that way. All right, let's check out, easy enough, the gift cards, coupon codes, free coupon codes. Take a look at the FAQs. Yeah, so just work on this section just to add a little bit more depth to it. Use that FAQ block to create really robust looking options as well. I think that's going to help out just to give this a more of a design look to it, and it'll just legitimize you a little bit more. Easy enough. Easy enough. Yep. I would use if you're gonna have it like this, I would have an image paired with it. Otherwise, it just kind of feels very left-sided. You don't want that. Like, we want everything to feel, bold and in charge. And I feel like your website could have that if it was just stylized a little bit differently. And I think it really comes down to just modifying different layouts. Because the stuff is great, especially when you get to these pages. Like, this is laid out proper. And then even like the one by color is really great because, boom, here's all the items that are yellow. So if you're able to do that with those upper levels, the top levels, let's see if we can come up with something that looks provocative that way. So I definitely think you can modify these sections a little bit more to make them a little bit more presentable. And again, if you need any help with that, our team can assist. If you want to take advantage of our pro services that we have that are 50% off right now, it might just be that, them giving you a small makeover. So look into that, okay? But otherwise, I just think you got some great content. Let's just make it a little bit bigger and bolder. Okay, let's jump over to our next website. This one is McMinn Photography. I want to have a logo. We don't have anything that tells us who we are. For the top menu, we have some things that are all caps and then standard case, all caps, then standard case, standard case, standard case, standard case. So choose one for consistency when possible. All right, let's see what we got going on. Got a rotating banner here at the top. Okay. If anything, I would say reduce how many photos you have here at the top to about maybe 7. 7 at most, and it should highlight just your best work possible. You don't need to have more than that because people will not wait around that long enough. We have some really good in-depth sections here, so let's take a look at what we got going on. We've got a lot of information here. Got a lot of information here. Um, Something I would do is this feels like a wall of text for people, so break it up somehow. So if you're gonna have all this text, you could either reduce it. You could either say make this shorter. You can use PhotoBiz AI to just copy paste and say make this shorter, or you could change it up a little bit. You have this section, split it in half, and then this section here could be on like a color behind it with an image next to it, just to break it up a little bit because it's a lot of dense information for people to get out of it. As we come here, we get the starting a family section. The big thing that I notice here is what I call icicling. So we have this one small image here. I would rather be a tall image if possible. Otherwise, you just have this one. Or you can turn on text wrapping. And what will happen is once the text get to a certain size, down the page, it'll come over here. So that way it fills out the entire information on this side instead of it just going down the page. So I either recommend turning on text wrapping or uploading a larger image. That's just going to help you stand out and it'll look a little bit more attractive. You can make this button bigger. Book is such a small word. I would give a little action like telling them to book now. Schedule your event today. Book is so small they might miss it. We have these images. Now I think these are supposed to go straight to items, so yes. Let's change the rollover effect. Right now you have a light opacity happening with light gray, so you can't really even tell unless they really look for it. Like this one says newborns, this one says families, but you can see the chatter of the flowers behind on the leaves. It makes it difficult to see. And then weddings. So let's make the secondary menu a little bit more visible for people to understand that they can choose between those options. We have this nice little section here about connecting. Looks good. What I would do here, I think this looks fine, but this image is just kind of hanging out by itself down here, so I would remove that. It's just kind of hanging out. This one's fine. If you could find a taller image too that goes down to here is okay, but it's okay. At least it is a tall image. But yeah, that's what I recommend for your home page. Let's jump over to your about. Okay. We have some of that icicle in here again. I would turn on that text wrap option. That way the text will go full spread across instead of down narrowly. I think that would look really nice. Frequently asked questions. This looks fine. And again, remedy to this, making this a little bit easier to see, I would use a dark opacity of white text. I think that's what I would do with that. And then again, make the book something else. See how big Contact Me looks? It looks way more exciting and clickable versus book. And even that is all caps, and this is lower caps. Okay, got some of this, some rollover effects. You can also add this text information in your alt text for each image, if that's what you're trying to do. And then, oh, see, this is a nice secondary menu because you can see the options, the buttons. So booking, contact, blog, clients. So if you're able to kind of do that with those other ones like these, think about how you could do that stylized more like this. Because now I know this is a booking page option. And this is a contact. This goes to your blog. And this one goes to a client system. Alright. Not much to say about this page other than if you were able to add any extra content here, I think that would be good just to help you get seen SEO wise. just add a little paragraph about, maternity, newborn photography in the DMV and Maryland area. Why they should choose you, what makes you distinctly different. You can lean on our PhotoBiz AI to help you write that content if you need to, or you can also ask us to assist you. Just check out the weddings. Same thing here. Definitely would add a little bit of information here as well. Oh, you got some here, so that's good. Was there some on the other page? No, it's not on that one. See, you have a nice couple paragraphs here. So that's what I'm talking about. If you're able to add something like that to the other page, that would be worth it just for SEO search purposes. Okay? Let's go to the family page. Same thing here. Yep, same thing on this one as well. But great work. Let's take a look at publications. Now this looks like a still image from a phone. If you have something that's a little bit easier and visible, I think that would be something more attractive. I definitely recommend uploading that when possible. If you have something about like the magazine issue, like this isn't clickable if this was meant to be clickable. All right, let's jump over to the blog. I would center this, make it a little bit bigger. In terms of blogging, you haven't blogged in quite a while. Definitely recommend doing that for search purposes because you got some fun looking content like Halloween themed fun fall photos. I think something like that's really good. Let's just jump in on one. Got some information, got a post. What I would recommend on here is adding a call to action. Anytime somebody sees a session, like see this one has my digital backdrops, that's good. But if you're wanting people to book you, you want something a little bit bigger than book. Again, something just says, contact me or something like that. Yeah, definitely recommend doing that. But big thing is start writing again when possible. You can lean on the PhotoBiz AI to assist you when writing content that can get you back on your feet. All right, let's take a look at this. Now you have a check all that applies, but this isn't a check box. This is a radio block. So you might want to change that. If you want them to be able to select one, I might even recommend the drop down menu. That way this will shorten this really a whole lot, and then it's selected that way. If you want them to be able to have check boxes, I would definitely change it to the check box option versus the radio option because they can only pick one based on this type. All right, let's go to the investment pages. A little bit of information, and they can schedule. Okay, and you got your times selected. Good. Okay. This one's information. Oh, there we go. For a second, it wasn't highlighting. But okay, looks like it's working. Okay, fair enough, easy enough. They know to click here to navigate to booking with you. This might be, is investment the right word for this? Maybe. Or maybe this is like you can add something here about choosing which which session you'd like to book before. You could have something like that. Select which one, and then you'll find out the costs and rates and stuff like that. There are some images missing for the last three. So let's try to get some images relegated to those styles. They're there at the second menu, but in the top part they are missing. So you need to have something that is on this side. You might just need assistance with adding those. Again, change it from book to something better. Got a lot of dead space in here. Remove all that. And again, break this up because it's a lot of text. Again, you can have it where here and then split it, and then the other half could have an image, could have this image with it. Let's check out review. I think you're asking them to leave a review, but it doesn't look like there's any way to do it. So you might want to work on this page so people can actually add that, or send them where you want them to, like if you want them to go to Google or Facebook to leave a review. You got a drop down for your social, no need for it, but good job on utilizing your social page for your social media channels. Let's check this out. Got an Etsy store, Zazzle. Okay. Definitely would put some information here. Hey Greg, leave your website here in the comment section. Hey StarX, please leave your website in the review section, in the comment section. Great looking photos, but I need to know information about seniors and graduation, so definitely put that information here. I think that would be very, very important when it comes to garnering people's attention to want to book with you. So definitely want to add that. And same thing with the pets. I think we want to have information and how you make it different and stuff like that. You know, give people a reason to want to book. Okay, you know, besides just clicking book, we want to make sure that there's a purpose. You know, when there's a reason to it. So definitely add that option when possible. Details, options. You know, just kind of roll through the different ways that they can invest into you. So, you know, just take a look at your website. I think there's a lot of structural stuff that could be updated just to make it a little bit more attractive, breaking up some information. So it won't have, you know, any, so it won't be too slow or anything like that. We don't want it to, because a wall of text people won't read. So let's break it up that way. Make sure that these options are a lot more visible, and change your call to actions, add some more details on these pages when possible. Change your call to actions to be a little bit bigger and bolder. Blog more. You haven't blogged in 2 years, so I think that would be really awesome for you. I think anything else, you know, if you need any help, our team is here to assist you. And put information on these pages that don't have information. I think that would go a long way as well. Okay, let's check out our next website. All right, this is Will Be Shots. So let's take a look at Will Be Shots. Nice darker tone website. I like that. We don't see a lot of dark websites, so that's really cool. Starting off with a gallery style approach. What would I do on this? I would add some more details just down here maybe. Once they scroll to here, I would just add like information about who you are, where you're at, you know, the 5 W's, right? Who, what, when, where, and why. So let's give them that. You can lean on PhotoBiz AI to assist you when it comes to writing that content, so I definitely would just put something there. That way people know where you're located at to book with you, because me, off top, I don't know where you're at, so I might come to your website and be like, man, that's cool, but he might be too far away. So I just want to make sure that people know where you're located at. All right, let's jump over to your About page. See, we know you're in Georgia now, so that's good. I would put some of that information on the homepage though. Looks good. What I do on this page, add a call to action here that's like, you know, go to your services, you know, options like that. So that way they can keep going. You don't want to have a dead end on this page. You'd be surprised how many people don't know to keep going down a menu. But if you give them a button to click, they'll do it. Let's check out your services. You got a really good bit of information. You got a nice little FAQ. Let's jump over. If anything, I would add more photos. Right now, it just feels a little empty. Just kind of break it up. Something to make it feel a little bit uh, not as vacant of just text. We want something that really draws them in. People are very visual. Yeah, see how that image it captures my attention right away. Same thing with this. You got your packages set up, but you can add images with them, and I think that would go a long way because it just feels empty. And you can make these have buttons that go directly into booking for you. So I definitely would recommend doing that. Just have it where people can book you directly through these links right away because it's just too much of a void, if that makes sense. It's just so empty and airy. And contact. The biggest thing that I don't see is this is it. You're using your homepage kind of as your portfolio page, but I would rather you give me more pages about the separate types of photography that you do. I recommend showcasing a page that's for your headshots, something for weddings, and then anything in between that. Fashion, commercial work, you name it. I definitely would recommend adding separate pages for that because right now this looks like that's it. And you might just be getting started and stuff, but right now we want to make these pages a little bit more robust. I would add a call to action on this page that drives people to either your galleries or your services page. I would add something here, a photograph, just to really pump up this page. And for your rates pages, I would add, I love this photograph. Let's have photographs for each package, and then maybe a button that says, book package. So I think that would look really good. Because we have this call to action here and it drives us over to the booking here. And see, look at that. They all have images on this side. So we want to do the same thing on the other. So think about that when it comes to your website versus it going to your third-party booking system. It just feels a little empty. And I feel like you have more to offer, but we're not seeing it yet. So I definitely recommend doing that, Will, is show more. Show more. Okay, so we have a couple. Greg, are you still there? Put your website in here. And then Star has their website. Let me take a look. Give me a moment. Put the dash in between the blaze. Let's see. Hey, go ahead and throw your website URL in the comment section. Star X, I can't get your website to load, even though I'm doing what you said. So I put a dash after blaze in between that and domination and dot XYZ. It's still saying it's not coming up. Yeah, it's not coming up for me. I don't know why. See? Still not finding it for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, Greg, if you put your website.com in the comment section, I can see it, and I'll paste it up here. Oh, did you lose me? Go ahead and give me your put your website in the comment section. Just write down your .com. Oh, I just copy and pasted what you put, bro. Let's try it again. Yeah, I just copy and pasted what you had. All right. Now your website's coming up. All right. So right now, so you have an arrow over here. Okay. Search for anything here. Okay. So tell us what we're supposed to do here. Because right now, it's a little difficult to understand the nature of what's supposed to happen. I'm just gonna type in space. Like, it's a unique framing device, but I'm not quite sure what the intent is supposed to be yet. I mean, I think the biggest thing still is this arrow is so far away that it took me a second to realize it, and I think most users would get lost on that. I would put anything under the W space. I would put it directly in the middle if possible, because I was like, where do I go? You know, it's almost like a click adventure game. So user experience for them to find this would be like, it should be somewhere down, even right here, maybe. Oh, do you not have do you not see my comment section, Greg? Do you? Yeah, just copy paste. Yeah, I think that's the problem. I'm using Safari right now. Safari is kind of the bug breaker. Uh, so when we come here, you open it up, and then there is a pencil. Looks like a flotation device, and then a star. So we have these three, and then a search option, which I would imagine would then fill out and then probably populate over here. That's my assumption. I mean, I would have to see how it breaks out. Because right now, the layout, I mean, this part's interesting. It might be taking up too much space. I think you could probably cut it, since right now I think you have at 50%, 50%, you could probably do 40% or 35%. Because whatever populates on this side is going to be more intriguing than this massive search option, it feels like. Because this looks like this is where everything's going to be interesting, is going to appear, where this is more of a large search section. Curious how all this will play out once it's built in. I do like this. This is kind of nice. So I need a return option though. But yeah, that's what I get out of it so far, star X. I am charging 1,500 to be honest. Well, I'm not quite sure what you're building it with or on, and what's its purpose for. But I think there's some stuff that could be definitely updated on that side. I would have to see what the final product is. Right now, the wireframe is too it's too empty for me to really guess how it flows through. If that arrow was supposed to be center for Safari, definitely check that out because yeah, it needs to be centered. Just because I think it'll be coming through. Greg, how are you leaving these comments? That's the comment section. What's your website? I need your website. Yeah. However you're typing in the bar. Ah, okay. So that'll be interesting once we have the, if it's uploading space research stuff. That could be interesting because you're kind of going for this large vastness, much like the universe. So there might be playfulness in that design. I would have to see how it looks when they're uploading content and how that looks research wise and let that be a playful way to explore. But I do think that one side that, you have it right now set to a 50-50 split. I definitely would probably shrink the other side down, maybe to like I said, like a 40%. That way the other side, I feel like that's going to be the area where people explore, and I think that needs to be a little bit more larger at the end of the day. Oh, interesting. Um, what's the name of your company, Greg? I can search you. Yeah, it might be blocking it, like Star saying. Just tell me, is it like Greg Compton photography or something like that? If so, I can search for it. I'll see if I can find you real quick. Gregory Compton? Is that your name? Is it Coastal Pet Photography? Oh, great. I can't wait to see it. Thank you, Star. Greg, is this your website? Let me know. Oh, thank you. Coastal Pet Photography. Okay, so this is it. Okay. So you just have it under construction at the moment. Do you have other pages that you'd like me to look at? Because this is the only one that you have up right now. You want me to take a look at the rest of the pages that you have? So this is what your current website you got because you got it under construction. So this is what you're working on. Is that correct? If so, I can give you some help. We can look at making some changes in the next like 10 minutes. I definitely would use a white background because you have these images and they're on white. So let's update that right away. You mind if I make some changes real quick for you? let's go to our design. Let's go to our background color, site background colors. Let's set it to white because I think immediately we're going to see that change, and I think it's going to, I think it's just going to enhance this section a whole lot because right now the background color is going to be set to that one, but I definitely would make it white. And I think that already is going to be a huge change, right? See, that just looks way more attractive already. So let me make some quick updates for you. How about that? Cool. So let's do that. Site colors. So we have the site colors. For some reason it wants content. That's why. We don't want content color. We want the save changes. I see. It's gonna make that one change color. Let's see what we can do. Go back to this one. This is one of those tricky templates because it's like if you change one thing, it changes other pieces to it. So, okay. Let's take a look at what we got going on. So, I definitely would kill most of this gray. I don't think it's necessary. I think the white looks really good with it. Nice text, nice beautiful images that kind of go along with it. And what's nice is those images already have color on them, so that makes that section stand out anyway, and that's what you want. And then have your buttons like this load more stick out, right? Same thing with this, you know, change that background. We'll make it white. Schedule for loving memories. We'll do a couple things. We'll add a fill animation, and then we'll modify background color to that white. Let's just see what we got so far. See, look at that. We put that little, that looks cool with that little animation with it. So definitely like that. Want to change this up a little bit because it's a really large text. So I'm actually gonna shrink it a little bit. And maybe we change the spacing in the letters. Let's see if that does anything. It makes it a little bit more attractive, but we have this section here that looks really good. But what I want to do is I want to add a divider between them, and I'm going to add a divider above it. And we're going to change the style. We're just going to make it space for now. Make that one thick. And then this one we'll just make, at some point I thought we added a puppy or a dog, but maybe we haven't yet. That would be really cool, huh? We had a little dog. Something playful is always nice, but we'll just add a line for now. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just choose this line. We're going to make it thin though. We don't need it really thick. And we're just going to make it medium sized. And I'll just kind of break up these sections a little bit so they don't feel like they're on top of one another. Because when you see it now, it just feels too squished, right? But we'll add it like that. And that just makes it feel a little bit less competing with one another. And, you know, I'll make a couple other little tweaks. I'll probably copy this one again. Bring it down. There we go. So now this isn't so sandwiched in there. Got this great section here. Great bit of information there. Looks good. You got your little testimonials. Now, if you're able to make these live, I definitely would. And what I mean by live is since these are images, you know, they can't be really found via like search. So you could make these more attractive that way by just making list items. So if I were to do that, I could say pop these in here, and you could do a text only one. You could definitely just fill out information. So if it was like this entire quote, if you had that, you could copy paste it right in. And then you can choose different layouts, and it could look really cool. So it's just something to consider down the line. That might be something you want to do, just to add those sections there. I think that looks really good. Let's see, we got this one, but this is where you could utilize the blue background. Let's see, I'm gonna make the text white for this. we're going to do this. We'll see. I'm going to hit refresh. And then you see how it's got so much text coming down? We want to change some of that. So where'd the background go? Why did it go white, even though I told it to be blue? Let's try again. Let's see, background color. There we go. See, that looks really nice. So I'm going to make some quick tweaks. We're going to make the text wrap. That way it comes right underneath. And then we have that "see you soon." It's doing something funky, so we're going to fix that. Don't know why it's doing that. Looks like there's some hidden code in there. I'm going to just remove it and type it again. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing something silly. Oh, I see. Look how it's like added all this like additional space for some reason. All right, we'll put "see you soon." There we go. Now it feels a little bit more in sync with that. And then we'll modify the button just so we can see it a little bit better. Button color. We'll actually do the inverse, make it white. And then maybe the button text white. See if we have an animation for it. We'll go back to the color, button contrast color. I'm going to make it white. So now refresh, so that you got something like that going on. And then I'll probably just add a little space below this block. There we go. We'll add that animation here as well for fill. All right, let's see what the rest of the page looks like. It's a little too sandwiched here, so let's add a little breathing room for it. We'll add that divider in again. We'll change it back to just space. Give it some breathing room, you know? We don't want it too squish. It's like getting a squish sandwich. You don't want that. You want to stack it so it feels has a little bit of breathing room. Because you see how you got two call to action so close to here? I might even switch these around, so I might even put this below. Since it's already asking about questions anyway, so that might make more sense. And then we'll copy this one again. I'm going to take this one below that. I'm going to take this one below this. Is there something written here? There is something written here, so let's go ahead and make that modification. So there is a form here, it looks like. Okay. So let's see what's going on. Background. How come the background color is not appearing? There we go. Okay, but see, this looks better because the image is white. So we need to have it white. So let's do that. But we need to have the title be black. Field form color, I guess, since it's using the outline, we'll do that. Text color. Black, button color, button text color black, button border color. We'll make it that orange. And then we'll make this on the white. There we go. Now it's definitely going to stick out. We'll add a little bit of space in this section. Probably could lose this one. Now let's refresh. Now we got something going. All right, now we're cooking. Now we got it. Looks pretty good. I'm just gonna probably bring this, probably just add that spacer back. I'm gonna copy it again, but maybe not so thick. There we go. Then we have this one. This one's on grain. It looks not too bad. Probably just gonna add some space in here, and then we'll add that wrap effect, if possible. Or is this is a scheduler event. Okay, so this is a scheduled event. So we'll keep that. We're just going to modify the styling. We'll make it medium. There we go. Then down here you have a $2 scheduling fee going towards the package. So if they just click here, they choose which date they want, right? There we go. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, we can copy this one since the other one already exists at the bottom. We'll just replace it with that one. Loving and Latin. Okay. And then we just drop down. That way this one's already got the animation on it. That looks fine. So let's just take a look at what we've done. We repaired some stuff on this page. So we got a nice header section here that looks really good. Got the positive perfect session. This looks really nice. How many more do we have? We might be able to get all these without the load more. Let's see. We're using the 3x3. Let's make it six rows. See if we can do that. That way you don't even have to load them since they're small photos. There we go. That's going to help a lot right there. Invest, that looks good. I might just add a little space in between that one. Not a ton, just a medium. I'll take this thick one and then just make it a medium. So we'll do that. Go. That looks nice. It's looking good. Got this nice little call to action there. Got this one. This little section looks good. Going right into the form. Getting into the scheduled event type. And then the options below. So this is pretty good. I think, you know, we did a lot to clean up this page. There's probably some other pages you would definitely want to go through. We definitely want to go through these real quick. I'm just going to make sure that the text is visible because I know us changing the background probably made some of the other colors disappear. So we're going to just change it to black for now. But if you need any help, you know, always reach out to our team. Team would be happy to help you. Oh, we got that crazy part happening again. I'm just going to see if there's any other parts that have any strange color options right now before our time's up for today. This looks good. I'm just going to do the same thing with this one with the text wrap. That looks good. Schedule now. That looks great. Contact. That's looking good. Oh, yes. Isabel's great. So yeah, that helped a lot right just then and there. Going through here real quick, you know, taking a look. This package looks awesome. That page looks great. This is looking good. Contact looks good. If anything, I would just probably add a little space in between here and that one. I'm a stickler for the space stuff because it just shows me sometimes like that might be an error. So I just like to have that little breathing room at the top when possible. I think it goes a long way. And I think this gray, the gray's fine in spurts, but I think the white suits your stuff better, especially if the text is like that. I think it just looks nice. So yeah, the space helps a lot. I think that's good for now. You're in good working order now. See, that helps. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. You just gotta work on your pricing page next. So when you get that done, if you want to, you can bring it back to our website reviews and stuff. We do these every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're getting extra work done and you want me to review it again, just bring it in then. And of course, you can always lean on our team, you know, lean on Isabel or even our design team if you want to go the next step. So Just wanted to walk us through everything that we did today. We looked at 4 or 5 websites, but we also have some new stuff. What's new? If you missed it, we have brand new templates. We have 4 new ones available. We also have email marketing with PhotoBiz AI and updated the side panel styling. You also have new animation for products and services available. You also have the new pop-up sizes. So now you can go from just the original small to a medium, large, extra large, or full screen option. You also have our pro services. If you want to take advantage of those, there's a 50% off right now. So if something is normally like $600, it's $300. Take advantage of that stuff, guys. It's really, really good deal, and it's some of our best offers that we have at the start of the year. So take a look at that. If you need any extra assistance, if you want some more one-on-one time, kind of like what we did with Greg here, you can go to our education.photobiz.com. You can take us up on our coaching. Our coaching services are available. You select which one you want. Design assistance, 1 hour, $150. If we were able to do that in 10 minutes with Greg, imagine what we could do with an hour. We had a full hour to work on that. When it comes to setting up products and things like that, you can do that as well. You can also see our upcoming events in this calendar section. So today was website reviews. Next time we'll be doing Ask Me Anything About Using Video in Your Website, then website reviews again, and then Ask Me Anything About Making Money with Your Website. So really dedicated on how you can improve your website and also how you can earn money utilizing your best sales funnel that you got. Once they get off social media, they got to go somewhere. They got to buy with you. Greg says he's going to be back next week. Thank you, Greg. So can't wait to see you guys again. Hopefully we'll be doing some really fun stuff. I can't wait to see it. And I will send these videos out to those who couldn't join us today. That way you can see your websites. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope everyone has a great rest of their week and enjoy an incoming February. All right, see you next time.